When can I have one? The world's largest 3D printer is building cozy homes from wood by Hakeem Ajibose on Bound Verse, published 1502 GMT Saturday, June 22nd, 2024. Yes, you heard me right. You could now print a house that humans could live. The solutions for now and the future housing challenges is here. In late 2022, the University of Maine's Advanced Structures and Composite Center, ASCC, unveiled the BioHome3D, a 600 square foot single family unit which it says is the world's first 3D printed 100% bio-based home. The pictures you are seeing in this video on your screen now are pictures of BioHome3D. There are dozens of 3D printed homes across the world, but most are built with concrete. The BioHome 3D home was printed with wood residuals and bioresins and uses wood fiber for insulations. In the United States, most homes are made of wood. Researchers are working on incorporating insulations and conduits for things like electric wires and plumbing into the printing process. That doesn't mean that there will not be electricity and potable water in BioHome 3D. The home's modules were prefabricated, then bolted together on site. Maine's sawmills produce wood residuals that can be used for 3D homes. The home is recyclable. It can be ground up and the material can be used to 3D print something else. Thousands of people have toured BioHome 3D across the world already. Dozens of 3D printed homes have been built across the world. The world's largest 3D printed neighborhood is currently under construction outside of Austin, Texas. The technology would be especially handy in a place like the United States, where approximately 80,000 new homes will be needed by 2030 to address a shortage, according to a report released last year by 3 state agencies. People can't find homes. They are very expensive. We also have an aging population. So there is a less and less people who are electricians, plumbers, or builders. Habib Daha, the executive director of the University of Maine's Advanced Structure and Composite Center, ASCC, told CNN via a video call. He says he's got a solution. Last month, the ASCC unveiled what it says is the world's largest polymer 3D printer. Daha hopes the so-called factory of the future 1.0 can help address the state's housing crisis and revolutionize 3D home printing in the process. The approach they have taken is quite different from what you've seen and you've been reading about for years, he says. A home every 48 hours. In recent years, 3D printing has been used to build everything from businesses to bridges. Dubai in the United Arab Emirates holds the Guinness World Record for the world's biggest 3D printed structure and aims to have 25% of new buildings constructed with 3D printing technology by 2030. A great majority of current printing relies on concrete, with a robotic arm equipped with a nozzle layering wet concrete into the right shapes. ASCC is flipping the script. Its giant printer and its predecessor, which in 2019 was certified by Guinness World Record as the largest prototype polymer 3D printer, are the only printers building homes with wood residuals, says Daha. The technology has already been tested in late 2022. The university unveiled the BioHome 3D, a 600 square foot single family unit which it says is the world's first 100% bio-based 3D printed home, built from local wood, fiber, and bioresin materials. When they are doing concrete, they are only printing the walls, says Daha. He adds that the floor, roof, and walls of the BioHome3D were all printed. Concrete homes also need to be built on site, he says. That can be problematic, especially during the snowy New England winter, when the weather goes bad for 2 weeks at a time. You can't print, he adds. By contrast, ASCC printed prefabricated modules at the university and bolted them together on site to create BioHome3D. Nobody has ever done this before with these kind of materials. Nobody. Habib Daha is the executive director at the Advanced Structures and Composites Center, University of Maine. The new printer can produce objects as large as 96 feet long by 32 feet wide by 18 feet high and can print up to 500 pounds per hour. Daha says that the goal is to be able to print 1,000 pounds of material in an hour. At that rate, it could reproduce the BioHome3D in 48 hours. It says you can have a home in 48 hours. If they can reach that target, their 3D printed homes will be very competitive with current housing construction costs. But it can be difficult to process wood material at such a high speed. Even ASCC's record-breaking printers sometimes jam. While printing BioHome3D, for example, the printer stopped working due to a dust buildup. Nobody has ever done this before with these kinds of material. So there's going to be some challenges, and those challenges can be overcome. When can I have one? The BioHome3D warm wooden floor and walls give it the look of a sleek, modern Scandinavian-inspired log cabin. Many people feel concrete is a cool thing to look at, and it's not necessarily where you want to live, says Da. The BioHome3D, however, is very warm and inviting. It's also sustainable. When a home is no longer needed or wanted, it can be ground up and used to print something else. ASCC is using wood residuals from Maine's sawmills in its research and looking into scaling up production using these local byproducts. Thousands of people have toured the prototype on the university's Orono main campus, and Daha says it's a rare occurrence when a visitor doesn't ask, when can I have one? I would ask, when can I have one too, after seeing the marvelous work of 3D printing of homes. We hear, I'm retiring and I want to downsize. Can I put one of these up? Daha says, those are the kind of things people say after touring the house. There are some obstacles to overcome first. It takes years of codes to change, says Daha, referring to the building codes that construction companies must meet. The printer will not displace traditional home constructions, okay? But in the future, 3D printed homes are likely to comprise a large share of the world's housing stock, all right? He predicted that, and I seconded that. The ASCC is now doing work on how to incorporate conduits for wiring and plumbing exactly where an architect would want them into the printing process, he adds. The printer's next big project is a 9-home neighborhood for people experiencing homelessness. ASCC is partnering with a local NGO to design the structures, and printing is set to kick off in 2025. That's next year, y'all. Would you prefer to live in a BioHome3D when you retire? Maybe yes, Share your opinion in the comments. If you have picked up one new thing from this video, express your support by liking and subscribing to see more videos like this. The future is not that far. If we have enough time, we will all observe it. Thank you for watching on BioHome3D channel. See you in the next video.